January 22nd, 1968, a frozen hillside above Seoul. 20 soldiers are closing in on a farmhouse. Inside it, one man. He has nothing left to fight with, except a single grenade. It was never meant for them. It was meant for him. He pulls the pin, presses it to his chest, closes his eyes. Nothing. The grenade fails. He is a trained assassin. He has 3 seconds to decide what he is. He raises his hands. What happens in this room will follow 2 nations for 57 years and end at a funeral with a guest nobody expected. But to understand that choice, you need to see a fence. 2 years earlier, North Korea, Kim Il-sung has a problem he cannot solve with tanks. South of the border, a general named Park Chung-hee, a man who took power at gunpoint, is turning South Korea into everything Pyongyang fears: richer, stronger, armed by the Americans. Kim Il-sung's solution is not an army. It is 31 men, Unit 124, hand-picked from the entire Korean People's Army, answering directly to the Reconnaissance Bureau. Among them, a 25-year-old lieutenant named Kim Shin-jo. Their training is not designed to build soldiers. It is designed to delete fear. They run 13 kilometers an hour with 30-kilogram packs across frozen mountains until men lose toes to frostbite. Some lose entire feet, and they keep running. They sleep in cemeteries because no patrol on Earth searches a graveyard. Kim would later put it in 4 words: "It made us fearless." For 2 years, they rehearse one assault on a full-scale replica of one building, the South Korean presidential palace, the Blue House. Storm it, kill the president, vanish. 31 men who train among the dead, about to find out how many of them will join them. January 16th, 1968. They leave their garrison at Yonsan, the most fortified border on the planet. Minefields, watchtowers, patrols of the United States Army's 2nd Infantry Division. Put yourself behind that fence for a moment. Searchlights sweeping, an American sentry post close enough to hear, and the only sound is wire cutters. They don't go around the border. They cut a hole in it and walk through. South Korean uniforms, South Korean weapons, rehearsed South Korean slang. 31 ghosts marching south through their enemy's own skin. The pace is inhuman. Mountains at night, in cold so deep that steel sticks to skin. For 3 days, the plan is perfect. Then, at dawn, on a mountainside near Paju, voices. 4 brothers named Woo have climbed Sambong Mountain to cut firewood. Just firewood. In a clearing, they walk into 31 armed men in South Korean uniforms, hollow-cheeked, steaming with sweat, several with their boots off and feet wrapped in blankets against the frostbite. The brothers assume it's an army patrol. They call out a greeting. Then one of them notices something small, a rank insignia sewn on, upside down. Inside the unit, a debate begins, quiet, fast, and deadly. 4 civilians have just seen everything. And here is where this story turns. Because Kim Shin-jo, the man this film is about, casts his vote. Kill them. All 4. He will admit it himself decades later. He wanted them sacrificed on the altar of the revolution. 4 woodcutters, 30 seconds from execution. What saves their lives isn't mercy, it's the weather. The captain refuses for one reason. The ground is frozen solid. There is nowhere to bury 4 bodies. So they hold the brothers for hours, lecture them on the glories of communism, and release them with a promise. Report us and your families die. Watch the youngest brother as he walks away. Remember him. 57 years from now, he and Kim Shin-jo will be in the same room one last time, and it is not where you think. The moment the commandos are out of sight, the youngest brother runs straight down the mountain, straight to the police. 31 armed men, 10 miles inside South Korea, heading for Seoul. And then nothing happens. The report climbs the chain of command and dies there, because no officer can make himself believe it. So while the warning gathers dust on desks, Unit 124 keeps walking. Before we follow them into Seoul, understand this. The firefight you're about to see is not the strangest part of this story. The strangest part is what one man does after the shooting stops. By nightfall on January 21st, they are inside the capital, column formation, disguised as a returning counterintelligence patrol, 100 meters from the president of South Korea. A police checkpoint. The Jongno district chief steps into the road and raises a hand. Which unit are you? The answer comes back rehearsed, smooth. Which commander? A pause. Half a second too long. His hand drops to his holster. A commando fires first. The police chief falls dead in the road. And the night detonates. Automatic fire down public streets. Grenades bouncing off pavement. South Korea's capital garrison answers with M48 Patton tanks. Tanks rolling through downtown Seoul. A civilian bus blunders into the crossfire. The commandos rake it end to end. Passengers die in their seats. 100 meters from the target, the mission is dead. The unit shatters into the Black Mountains above the city. 31 men came south. Now begins the 8-day hunt to decide how many go home. The answer is 1. 8 days. A state of emergency. Curfews. Thousands of troops sweeping the frozen hills, ridge by ridge. The men of Unit 124 do not surrender. That word was deleted in training. They fight until they're killed or hug their own grenades before capture. One by one, 29 of 31 die in the snow. The price on the other side, 26 South Koreans dead, most of them civilians. 4 American soldiers killed near the DMZ. 2 survive. 2 out of 31. 1. Park Jae-kyung walks all the way back across the border. North Korea crowns him a hero. He rises to general and serves 3 generations of the Kim dynasty. A 50-year career built on the mission killed every man beside him. The other is on a hillside above Seoul, pressing a dead grenade to his chest. Kim Shin-jo always swore the grenade was faulty. Some investigators never bought it. They suspected that in the last second, he simply chose to live. But when they searched him, his rifle testified for him. Full magazine, no powder residue. Through the entire mission, the checkpoint, the firefight, the bus, Kim Shin-jo never fired a single shot. Nobody could explain it, including him. South Korea wants the world to see its prisoner, so they put him in front of television cameras. Live, before the entire country, he came to decapitate. A 25-year-old soldier stares into the lenses, no lawyer, no script, and says why he came. We came to slit the throat of Park Chung-hee. No apology, no excuse, not a flicker of remorse. The sentence becomes the most infamous line of Korea's Cold War. Mothers use his name to frighten children into bed. Overnight, he is the most hated man in South Korea. And here is his problem. He can never go home. He is about to spend the rest of his life in the country that hates him most. How does that man survive? The answer starts with a letter. The raid rewires an entire nation. 2 days later, North Korea seizes the American spy ship USS Pueblo with its full crew, while the Tet Offensive erupts in Vietnam. For 1 week, in January 1968, the Cold War is burning on 3 fronts at once. Seoul answers by fingerprinting its own future, a national identity card system built to expose infiltrators, sitting in every South Korean wallet to this day. And in secret, Park orders revenge in kind. His own assassination squad, trained on a prison island with one target, Kim Il-sung. That unit never reaches Pyongyang. In 1971, it mutinies against its own handlers and dies almost to a man. But the raid's cruelest bill is paid by people who never left home. In the north, Kim Shin-jo's family is taken. He will later be told his parents were executed, not for what he did, for what he didn't do. He raised his hands instead of dying. In North Korea, the dead of Unit 124 were revolutionaries. The one who lived was a traitor. He has lost his unit, his country, his parents. What's left of a man after that? A stranger with a pen is about to answer. In a South Korean interrogation cell, something strange begins. Letters from a woman he has never met, Choi Jong-hwa, writing kindness to the most hated man in the country. Now think like the assassin. Kim reads them the only way 2 years of training allows, as tradecraft. a honey trap, a sleeper agent. Pyongyang's way of reaching the traitor no bullet could touch. So he waits for the trap to close. Letter after letter, it never does. In April 1970, after more than 2 years of interrogation, South Korea does something extraordinary. The silent rifle speaks for him. Kim Shin-jo walks free, no charges, and is handed citizenship in the country he came to behead. 6 months later, he marries the letter writer. But don't mistake this for instant redemption. For 11 more years, he refuses her faith, carrying 29 dead comrades and 2 executed parents in silence. It takes until 1981 before he stands in a Seoul church, is baptized, and finally says it out loud. I came to kill the president, but God chose to save me. And when he is ordained as a pastor, he chooses the date himself, January 21st, 1997, 29 years, to the exact day after the night at the checkpoint. Pastor Kim spent the rest of his life ministering to North Korean defectors, telling his story to anyone who would listen, never once hiding what he came to do. He died in Seoul in April 2025 at 82, and at his funeral, among the mourners, stood an old man almost nobody recognized, Woo Song-jae, the youngest of the 4 woodcutters from Sambong Mountain. Remember the vote in the clearing? Kill them? All 4? The man Kim Shin-jo voted to kill 57 years earlier had come to bow at his coffin. Standing there, Woo said the life spared that freezing morning had gone on to save many more. Today, on the mountain behind the Blue House, a hiking trail carries Kim Shin-jo's name. It follows the exact route Unit 124 marched the night they came to kill a president. He crossed those mountains to take a life. He spent the next 57 years giving his back. Kim Shin-jo crossed a border to take a life and spent the next 57 years giving his own back, one day at a time. If a man sent to kill a president could become a pastor, wait until you meet the pilot who baked a cake to escape the Soviet Union, the ace who hid a secret dogfight for 40 years, and the crew who flew into enemy mountains to bring one man home. They're waiting on the screen now. Clash of Empires tells the true story's history almost buried. Subscribe, leave a like, and we'll walk the next one together.